Hello, sinners. It is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.
Bagels can go to Destination Station. This buddy is the bomb.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
I had to say that for a reason.
Freddie, take that, motherfucker.
All right. Okay. Fuck you. Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy. Subscribe to my man, Destination Station right now if you want the best content.
What's up? Welcome to Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. Thank you for being here. This is another night of our Scream Talk. Friday night, 8 p.m. Central. Yes, I am a little late. Thank you for being patient. I appreciate everybody that's hanging out in the chat and got some theories going, because that's what we're going to do today. Happy Friday the 13th, by the way. We are, in the midst of, like, we're halfway through the year, okay? Scream 7's going to be here before we know it. And we got some other horror that's coming out later on this year. We've already had a pretty good year with horror. We had Sinners, we had Bring Her Back. We got I Know What You Did Last Summer about to drop. We got 28 Years Later. I'm looking forward to that. And I haven't seen Dangerous Animals. That's in cinemas right now. I want to go see that. But tonight's going to be kind of laid back. I want to hear your theories and your predictions in the comment section. I'm going to go through every single one. Let me know if this music is okay too. If the sound mixing's okay between my voice and the music. I did put up a goal, and if we do meet that goal, we will do an extra horror talk this weekend, probably tomorrow night. We do have a watch party for the Woodsboro Cinema Club Sunday night with our very own Talking Star Wars, Shannon. It's she won the pick on the Woodsboro Cinema Club when we spin the wheel. So it's called Death Count. I've never seen it. First time watch. Y'all should come along and watch it. It is on my channel right now. Hit that notify me and come back and hang out and watch this movie called Death Count. I heard it's like Saw a little bit. But, when you do send in your super chats, also put a movie of your choice so we can add it to the Woodsboro Cinema Club wheel, and we'll spin it after every live stream and see what our next movie of choice we're going to see. And you get the opportunity to come onto the panel with me and my guests and watch along if you're comfortable with that. Or if you just want to hang out in the chat, you can do that as well. But I do appreciate every single one of y'all being here today. It's a very hot day here in Texas. I don't know where you're at, but it's a hot one, okay? I'm so glad to be sitting here and hanging out with y'all and kind of cooling down in the AC. And it's Friday the 13th. Earlier, we watched Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, over on my good buddy Marcus. I shot him 6 times, so go check that replay out. We were watching that earlier. We're going to do more Friday the 13th stuff this year, or this summer, very soon. I want to do like a Friday the 13th watch along, so let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in, because I need to show Friday the 13th a little bit more love. So yeah. But yeah, we got Scream Talk on Friday the 13th. I'm going to quit babbling. I'm going to bring on my guest. Go subscribe to this guy. He's my brother from another mother. Also, go check out, we got 2 episodes out of the Horror Hooligans podcast. 2 episodes already out. Episode 1's on my channel. Episode 2 is going to be on Marcus's channel. So subscribe to both of our channels. Go check them out. Show them some love so we can get Horror Hooligans up there every Monday and Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And let us know what you think about that. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff. So stick around for a little bit. I'm bringing on my guest. It's my good friend, my brother from another mother, Marcus from I Shot Him 6 Times. What's up, dude?
Man, I don't know where the fuck you got that music from, but I feel like I'm at a fucking rave. That
Sets the mood, right?
Bro. Hell yeah.
It's setting the mood. I was like, oh man, I haven't played this one in a while. So, but yeah, dude, I was like, man, it's Friday the 13th. Let's get a little spooky, kind of. And it sounds like something that would be in like one of those like early 2000s horror movies or something.
It does.
So kind of gives you that feel. But man, how's everything going, man? What's good in your world, man? We did a watch party over on your channel earlier today. Jason Lives. I had to cut out a little bit earlier. I'm sorry about that, but
you're good, man.
Really, if not probably one of the best Friday the 13th movies ever. It kicks ass, man. So you got anything else in the works for this weekend or coming up?
Well, I do. I actually have another Friday the 13th live watch party after this stream because we hit the super chat goal. So everybody's hitting it up with their votes on what we're going to watch later on tonight. So I have that. I also have a Saw watch party for tomorrow. Both Saw 2 and Jigsaw actually tied. So to combat that, what I did was I said basically we're going to watch Saw 2 tomorrow and then Jigsaw next Saturday and stuff like that. And the same will happen if the Friday the 13th votes end in a tie as well. And then Sunday, we obviously have Death Count here on your channel. But Sunday, I'm also going to be doing a little bit early Fear Street 1978 because I didn't do it last Sunday because I was busy doing other things. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of slipped my mind into the last minute. And I was like, you know what? Let me just schedule it for this upcoming Sunday and then we'll deal with that.
Yeah, man, and that's a perfect time to watch that because it's like a summer horror movie, like Friday the 13th. It's right up there. Yeah, I'm going to be on there for that one because I want to rewatch that one. That's my favorite one.
Hell yes.
So nice. And we watched the first time watch for myself Prom Night the other night.
Yeah,
last night. And that was a good one, man. And that's the thing. It's like, man, we're popping out these watch parties. Everyone's showing up and showing out and showing some love, and
hell yeah.
We appreciate every single one of y'all because we would not be doing this if y'all did not want it. So you keep liking and keep watching and we'll keep making.
Yeah.
And
something else I do want to bring up here next week, because I already told you, I'm basically getting me another new laptop. I'm getting some new gadgets and stuff like that. What I am going to start doing as well, because I have me a computer monitor that I haven't used yet. So what I'm going to start doing is when we have these live watch parties on my channel, I'm going to load up the movie, put it on a stream, but to avoid copyright, I'm going to mute it and just put it on subtitles or whatnot, so that we can actually watch the movie with the audience while it's playing on the stream as well.
Oh yeah, see, that's a great idea. I've thought about that, kind of like how I got my smoke in the background.
Yeah,
kind of have it in the background so everyone can kind of keep on where we're actually at.
Yes.
Instead of we'll do the timestamps if you need it, but visually you'll kind of be able to see it, just not the entire screen.
Right.
Or are you planning on sharing a screen? How are you planning on doing that?
I'm gonna mess with it, see how it looks, see what looks better. But what I do plan is for how we are right here, I want the third box to be the movie, so that I feel like if it's that wide, it is visible enough for us to see and pay attention to.
Right. And see, and you can hear it, and we're all watching it together. So yeah, it's a little bit more interactive and intuitive, man. I like it. It, man.
Well, we won't be able to hear it because obviously if we play it and you can hear the audio, they're gonna fucking take the stream down and copyright. So what I'm gonna do is hook up the live watch party, whatever we're watching, put it on mute, but put the subtitles on and stuff. So then everybody can follow along. If they want to still watch it on their end at home, they can do that. But just so for those who actually like seeing watch parties like that, because I actually had somebody comment on one of my live streams asking me about why don't I do that and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually working on that.
Yeah. My idea, I would like to put it in the background, like the fog, but kind of kind of like we're blocking the image, but you kind of see an outline of it with no audio, and maybe kind of slightly blur it out, just kind of slightly blur it out.
That'd be cool too.
Just a little bit, maybe something like that. I'll have to figure it out. I'll probably have to download the entire movie to be able to do something like that. But,
absolutely.
Yeah. I'll figure it out though. It's something I'll do. But yeah, man, thank you for being here, man. It's another Screen Talk Friday night, and man, I hope time to get the weekend started. And it's always good to see you, man. Let me know what the poll is for the movie tonight, man.
If you would like, I can send a link into the chat.
Yeah, dude, do it.
Yep,
go ahead and do it. And let me see here. I'm gonna get to the comment section. We got King Matthew up in here. King says it was finally revealed who killed Casey in Scream 1. When I went meet Matthew Lillard, I asked him the question. He said it was Stu that killed Casey and Steve by himself. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That is what they usually say, is like that was Stu killing Casey, you know, like, so if you really think about it, that even shows like the legacy of Stu a little bit more, you know, like he was the first one to really kick it off.
Yep.
And I still want to say that like maybe Billy was calling on the phone, you know.
Oh no, he definitely was.
Doing that one, but it was Stu that was chasing him down.
Yep.
And I really think that, like, you know how like when Casey was running and Ghostface was doing all this and the, you know, trying to catch her, that just seems like some shit that Stu would do.
Right. Well, what always led me to believe it was Stu, not just the whole, you know, Casey taking off the mask and the reaction, you know, looking at who the killer was, you know, their face. But when she kicks him in the nuts, the noise he makes, like, I always feel like that would be Stu, not Billy. Just the way it sounded, I'm like, that sounds like that would be Stu.
Or even like when he realizes she's on the phone. Hey!
Yeah. I think he said sorry, if I'm not mistaken, because if you look on the subtitles, that's what it reads. When her mom's on the phone and she's like, I can hear her outside, you hear that cut, sorry. That was Stu.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of sounds like Matthew a little bit. I don't know if it was him, but it does kind of sound like him. But on the subtitles, and
it definitely doesn't sound like Billy.
Yeah, sometimes subtitles can be wrong. So, but on the subtitles, when I had the movie up, when that came up, it was like, sorry. And I'm just like, that's Stu.
Yeah. Because he's the one that would, like, you know, kind of feel a little bit remorse about it, you know.
Bro,
like,
he was in love with her.
Yeah. But that's interesting, man. I've always wanted to see it from the killer's perspective of how they orchestrated that, you know. That would be cool. That'd be cool. What if that's the opening scene of this? Like, but we see it from Billy and Stu's perspective of planning it and killing Casey and Steven. Man,
that'd be sick.
Cool. That would be sick. A lot of people want the Maureen Prescott. I'm cool with that too, you know. But I think it'd be sick to see just a different angle. I've always kind of liked those movies where we kind of follow the killers and they're like planning it. Like, have you ever seen that movie with Sandra Bullock called
Murder by Numbers?
Murder by Numbers, man. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. Ryan Gosling. Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a real good one. Or if you ever seen the movie Funny Games, the remake. I haven't seen the original foreign movie, but Funny Games. If you haven't seen that, dude, that's a psycho movie. About two guys.
We might have to watch that here soon.
Two guys doing kind of like a home invasion. They seem like good dudes, but dude, it's wild. Tim Roth's in it. It's good.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
We got DJ in the house. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Hell yeah. We got Horror Queen in the house. How you doing, Horror Queen? Paula's in the house. How you doing, Paula? Our good friend. Let's see here. King Matthew always coming with it. King Matthew III says, I have a crazy theory for Scream 7. What if Chad is a Ghostface and it's revealed he helped Amber and Richie in Scream 5? He could be a Ghostface in 7. And Martha both die, maybe. The only thing that I would say that doesn't work is because he got stabbed his ass off in the first one when he was running away from that shed. Honestly, I thought he was a goner. Like, I thought that was it, you know, for him. I would have been like, maybe. Honestly, at this point, I don't think so. I think it'd be sloppy writing if you made Chad the killer. At this point, if they were going to do it, they should have already done it. He also says maybe the reason Chad becomes Ghostface in Scream 7 is he doesn't have Tara anymore, and if Mindy and Martha die, it causes him to snap. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, and become Ghostface with possibly Stu. That's my theory. Oh yeah, maybe he's, you know, hurt that Tara has, you know, went MIA and ghosted him, and then Mindy gets killed and Martha gets killed. Like, okay, maybe, yeah. I really think that I think Martha. She's not like, she's kind of a legacy character, but not really. Right. But I feel like it's kind of her time to die. I don't think she's too significant to the story to where she has to stick around. You know, if you can kill Judy Hicks and Dewey and and some of the other characters, you can take out Martha. Especially if you're going to keep around Mindy or Chad or both of them, it makes the stakes a little bit higher that, you know, their mom got killed.
Right.
So it would be emotional for them, and we'd hurt for them. Val in the house. Hey, you guys. What's up, Val? Hashtag digital bouncer. Kicking trolls' asses one stream at a time. Oh, yeah.
And I do want to plug this in real quick, Destin. Val she's put together a game night for us, like a game night scenario for us. And she basically like already gave me the rundown. It's fucking awesome. So I'm going to send that over to you after we wrap up here tonight on here.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Looking forward to hearing that. Val always has some, no pun intended, Val always has some good views.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. DJ Plays Favorite says, scream to the right theories are invading our little minds. Who be right? Who will be wrong? Who will join in this small but ever ongoing theory? Song, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 ta da. Yeah. All right. You want to try and sing that?
Hold on. Fa la 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 ta da the end.
Fa la 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 la. That sounds like a Christmas song, man.
Right. It sounds like some
la la
Home
la
Alone
la
shit.
la 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 la.
Yeah, it sounds like it's something you hear in Home Alone.
Yeah. Home Alone's my shit.
Hell yeah.
I like Home Alone. Val says,
bandits.
yeah, we're the Sticky Bandits. The second one.
He's a fucking classic, bro. I love Daniel Stern.
I do too, man. You ever see Bushwhacked?
No.
Where he takes like these Boy Scouts out into the wilderness because he's trying to run away from the mafia because he owes them money. So he pretends to be this Boy Scout like leader, and he's like, all right, I'll take you out here. And he goes out there and he's like, they just get into a bunch of stuff, man. It's funny.
I want to watch that now because he's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. It didn't get a lot of hype whenever it came out. I think he wrote and directed it. He also wrote and directed and played in Rookie of the Year. He was funny in Rookie of the Year.
Oh wow!
Did you watch Rookie of the Year?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember he was like the pitcher?
Yep.
Or whatever. And
yep.
He was he wrote that movie.
Oh wow. I thought that was a good one.
That is a good one. It's a really good one. Stella G in the house. What's up, Stella? Happy Friday the 13th evening. Happy Friday the 13th evening too. Hope you want a little scream in your life on your Friday the 13th. DJ says, don't forget to vote on I Shot Him 6 Times for the Friday 13th live stream after the Scream chat. Thank you, DJ. Hell yeah.
I'm about to put the link in the chat now.
Go, DJ. That's my DJ. DJ's going to be our personal DJ.
Yeah, our personal Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh.
Yeah. DJ has no clue. Is it a DJ clue?
Yeah, that's good. That is a good one.
Hell yeah. Dude, there for a little bit, I wanted to be a DJ. Like, I was going to start my own DJ business. I was like, man, I could do this.
Yeah, I think you could, bro, honestly.
I'll wear something like this. I'll go out and just sing it up, sing some Michael Jackson, some Dirty Diana.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But my ex-wife was like, you're not doing that. I'm like, all right. Anyways. So I never did it, but I might do it now.
Fucking right, man. Go for it.
I got some really awesome speakers, man. I got to put to use that they're just collecting dust over there. Let's see here. Thank you, Val. Smash that like button. Stab it. Kick it. What do you say, Marcus?
Elbow drop. Ric Flair. Woo! That some bitch.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Do that shit. Do that shit.
Hell yeah.
What was that off of? That was off of something. Do that
shit. Do that shit. I forget what song that was from. Oh, man.
I think it was in a movie.
It was in a song, too. Oh, see, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look that up then.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I always say, but I can't remember where I got it from. Paula said right on time, 9:28. Yeah, sorry, we were a little bit late. A little bit. Talking Star Wars. Shannon's in the house. Stab the like button. Thank you, my good friend. We do have the Woodsboro Cinema Club Sunday. We're going to watch Death Count, and Shannon's going to come onto the panel and watch it with us, and it's going to be a good time. It's the first time watch. And Marcus, you know you're already invited. And
Yes, sir.
if it's Saw like, it's right down your alley, brother. So,
Oh, hell yeah. You know that.
I'm looking forward to it. Talking Star Wars says, "Oh, I got 2 screen questions." Okay, I want to hear them.
Bro.
King Method, what's up?
I figured out what song I heard that do that shit from.
What? I know it ain't Hustle and Flow.
No,
Okay.
I'll just say this. He's now known for being a connoisseur of baby oil.
Oh man, you done fucked it up for me.
I know. That's where I fucking heard that from.
Having
one of
freak
his
off
songs.
parties.
Obviously.
Man,
All right.
I heard some audio tapes that was recorded, and it disturbed me. It really disturbed me, man. I was like, anyways, it ain't that kind of party. It's a screen party tonight.
Yeah, right.
King Matthew says, "What if Stu's sister is one of the sorority girls from Scream 2 that tried to recruit Sydney?" Oh, and that's why he was there in the background of Scream 2 at that sorority party. That would be interesting because the 2 sorority girls, I always thought that they were going to either get killed or possibly be a killer, or something. Especially because you got Rebecca Gayheart, who played in Urban Legend, and I think Urban Legend came out after Scream 2, right?
Yes.
Or around the same year. But
No, it came out after. It came out the year after.
Yeah. So, but still,
2 years after.
yeah. And then the other young lady was Ellen DeGeneres' wife. Or
Yeah,
became
Portia
Ellen-
de Rossi.
Yeah. But they were, that's a big possibility. Like if they came back, like part of like a victims, or I was there the year Ghostface attacked at Windsor College. Yeah, you could tie that in. I could see that, Matthew.
Real quick, one of our subscribers and followers, Kayla Ashley, she actually talked about that theory a while ago. And
Yeah?
she actually had some really good points because in Scream 2, Portia de Rossi, she was wearing flannel.
Yeah.
And she thinks that she could be Leslie Mocker. You know what I mean? So that's definitely possible.
It is. You never know what, because you got to think about it. Kevin Williamson did come back for 4, but you don't know all the bells and whistles that he had up his sleeve for 3. So we only know the surface of it. There could have been a lot more characters that could have been involved in it. I hope we're getting a mix of a little bit of all that. I hope he's finally since we got 7 and 8 on the way, he can really cook. He can really make this okay, I'm gonna make it what I wanted to, but I'm gonna make it more epic, and I'm gonna make it a bigger thing because, dude, we're going into the 7th and 8th movie now. I mean, we're getting up there.
Yeah.
So it's starting, and I felt like this was 6, and some of it's from the editing choices and stuff. But I was like, we're kind of in that era of Fast and the Furious. We had a little bit of a dip, and then now we're finding our stepping. 2 kind of got a little goofy with, instead of shooting each other, they come charging at each other.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is like Fast and the Furious right here. But I think that's what they need to do. They need to really do some fan service, and they need to just double down on it. I think that's your safest bet, especially when you're on your 7th or 8th movie.
Right.
Don't take any big risks. Not right now. Let's do what the fans really want. Don't let it all be fan service. Do some unique stuff, but I think fingers crossed, Stu Macher, they need to make it happen.
Right.
The right way. Talking Star Wars says, if Anna Camp is Stu's sister and is a Ghostface, what's her motive? Revenge from killing her brother if he's dead. Definitely. Like, if Anna Camp is Stu's sister and she's, you know, Leslie Mocker or whatever, I would say, yeah. Instead of like, I hope it's not just like a revenge, kind of like, you know, Billy Loomis's mom, but this is now Stu's sister and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to keep retracing stuff like that because we keep doing the sibling angle and the you know, the mom and dad angle and all that kind of stuff. Do something fresh. I think that's the perfect time that like Leslie Mocker and Stu Mocker were working together, you know, and they planned this together, you know, and that's where he's been hanging out and hiding out. Is that Anna Camp's character probably has a different name, and so does Stu Mocker is under a different name, and that's why they never could find him. He was like in protective, what's it called? Not protective custody, but
he's in hiding.
Yeah, he's either in hiding or he was like he went into like protective, whatever, that where they send you away to a different city and they change your name and your ID.
Yeah, that would have to be like witness protection, something
Witness
like that.
protection. That's what I was thinking. because he could have like turned it around and been like peer pressure. Billy made me do this, but I never really killed anybody. He was going to kill me if I didn't help, you know. And he was a minor, you know. They could have, and his parents could have had some pull, so that was the only option, you know.
Yeah, like, another thing. Let's say another thing I always thought of is Stu could have beat the charges, man. Like, think about it like this, especially if they never found Stu's mask and gown. And let's say they only found Billy's that had his DNA or whatever and stuff on it. And technicality,
to put them on.
Yes, even though Sydney and Gail were witnesses or whatnot, it's still all circumstantial. You know what I mean? When it comes to the physical evidence, you know what I mean? So he could try to flip that around. You know what I mean? And say, I never did what they're saying. I'm a victim, just like they are. You know what I mean? I'm a victim just like they are. If he wanted to, he could have tried to plead that case. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. If you don't have physical evidence, especially back in those days where DNA was just coming along. Right. You know what I mean? So you needed solid concrete evidence. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And on top of that, this is another thing. They never actually seen Stu kill anybody.
Yeah.
If anything, he just assaulted Sydney. That's it.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. They could have done it like that. And on top of it, they could have, you know, they could mention, we don't know what Stu's parents did for a living. His dad could have been a judge or a mayor or whatever, or could have been best friends with the mayor. Got some political pull. Yeah.
Shit, with a house like that, you got some type of fucking dough rolling in.
Yeah, they're gonna have to say something about it, you know. Something. We got Cody in the house. What up, Destin and chat? Love prom night last night. It was a good hanging out. Like, yeah, it was, man. It was a good watch. It was a really good watch. Man, I liked it a lot, man. It was good. It was impromptu, and you know what? Y'all showed out and showed some love, and we appreciate that. We might do more impromptu watch parties. You know, sometimes it's like that with us. Sometimes we just like, you know what? I just feel like watching a movie. I don't want to watch it alone. Let's watch it with all of us. The Woodsboro Cinema Club get together.
Right.
So you want a conversation and everything. So yeah, man. Great watch party. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, buddy. That was a good one.
Yes.
I am interested in seeing the second one since you haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. It looks like it goes a little supernatural from the cover. Maybe. The cover gives me supernatural vibes. Because it's the girl in the locker and she almost looks like she's like a vampire or something.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. Move on in the chat, but hold that thought for a second.
you're like, wait, what? Talking Star, and did Maureen Prescott get a Ghostface call, do you think? Ooh, that's an interesting thing. Like, we want to, I would like to say that maybe that's where the birth of Ghostface was, and we just never got to see it. And yeah, I think it would be really cool if they did like a series. A lot of people want like a prequel movie of like Maureen back in Hollywood and showing her early days, and maybe there was another Ghostface on the Hollywood set, you know, back then, and maybe we get to see the birth of the costume. Maybe a movie that she was working on had that costume, and that's the one the killer decided to don, you know, or maybe there's like more meaning to it.
That's maybe why Roman could have recommended that costume to Billy and Stu.
Exactly. Yes. Yep. I think it's a cool idea. You know, I think it's a, you know, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd like to see a series of it, you know, because I want them to kind of like stretch that story long out. I don't want to just do like a, I mean, I'll accept a prequel, but I feel like you can make that a series or something.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Paula says she liked Prom Night. Paula says she can't even hear the music. Really?
Oh, that's interesting because I can.
Yeah. Let's see. How's that? Can you hear me good?
Oh, yeah.
Is that too loud?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you, Val. Yes, go subscribe to Marcus. I shot him 6 times. And go vote. Go vote. I think that's in the chat somewhere as well.
Yes, it is.
And also, go watch Horror Hooligans. First episode on my channel, second episode on his. Third will be on mine on Monday. That should be up very soon, so you can go and click the notify me button. So yeah, we hope you like what we're cooking in the kitchen. And I hope you like the Woodsboro Cinema Club. So you know what? I think I'm gonna start calling you all my horror hooligans. If that's okay. Let's see here. Paula says, never seen Death Count or Fear Street 78. Where are those streaming? Death Count, I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna find that. Fear Street 78 is on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
Nice.
That's the one you're gonna watch, right?
Yes.
Fear Street 78. So yeah, it's a Netflix original. Yeah, it's like a whole series. There's like 3 or 4. Well, there's a 4th one out that we just watched not too long ago. What was that? Was that Prom Night? No, what was that?
Prom Queen.
Prom Queen. Yeah. It's all blending together.
Yep.
Shannon says, can't wait till y'all see Death Count. I'm looking forward to it. I see what's his name? Michael Madsen's in it.
Yep. Costas Mandalore.
Yep. Oh yeah. Val said, sorry, I missed Prom Night last night. No big deal. That's okay, Val. Not it's all right. It was kind of a late one for us. Great idea, Ghosty. Hell yeah. Paula says Davey Death Ray tried with Plan 9 from Outer Space and got shut down like a couple of times. Oh, he tried to show the movie? Is that what you're talking about? Did he have audio with the movie, or did he just show the video? Maybe we can reach out to him, because you know I chit chat with him every now and then. We'll see. Cody says these guys. Yap. What? That's what we do. Cody. Let's see here. Cody also said it was Good Friday. It was a Good Friday. Had McDonald's and Hank Hill came to Fortnite. Got him. What? Really? Hank Hill is on Fortnite now? I'm gonna have to check that out. I play Fortnite with my son.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah. Love that movie, Murder by Numbers. Murder by Numbers is a good one. And you know, like that's like I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. I just think that, like, you know, from that perspective, that's how Billy and Stu was orchestrating shit. You know, that's the way I look at that. Like this is like, without Billy and Stu going around killing, this is what they were doing behind the scenes on their own. And then wasn't it like Ryan Gosling's like character kind of like influencing the other one? Like,
yes, he was the Billy Loomis out of the group.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Hell yeah. Yeah, me too, Paula. Yes, thank you. If you're just popping in and popping out, I'm not sure how long we're going to stream tonight. This is just kind of like a laid back one, just to kind of get together for some Scream talk. I do want to talk about, like, with it being Friday the 13th, and with us watching Jason Lives tonight, and it works for that character, right? You're revitalizing it. You're pretty much bringing, like what the fifth one wasn't it like somebody else?
Copycat.
It's a copycat. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, we need to bring Jason back because that probably wasn't well received, probably, or didn't sit right with other viewers. So they brought Zombie Jason, and it worked. How would you feel if they brought something like that to the Scream universe? If they went supernatural monster-like?
Man, I think what makes Scream so unique is that anybody could don the Ghostface costume. So to me, it doesn't make sense for them to do something like that. To kind of do what I Still Know What You Did Last Summer did, with that movie.
Yeah.
Without spoiling too much and stuff. This is me personally, some people might enjoy seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the closest that we should touch in regards to supernatural is like what we saw in Scream 5 and Scream 6 with Billy. That's about it. Like, we see him like something like that. If we have somebody like, let's say if they bring Stu back as like a zombie, I think that honestly might kill the franchise. I really do. You know what I mean? I just feel like when you have, that's the unique thing about Scream, is anybody could be Ghostface. Any living human being, breathing human being could be Ghostface. And if you add a supernatural element to it in regards to having literally a dead killer come back as a zombie, I think you take that entire nuance away. So for me personally, it's not something that I would want to see. But some people who might want to get a little bit different and to shake things up, they might like something like that. So,
right, yeah. I mean, what if they did it like in a way like you have your original killers, like your ghost faces, but what if there's like now the like let's just say this is like years down the road, and like like Sydney's story's done, and now the ghost stories of Woodsboro, the new kids and stuff like that, and there was a guy named Billy Loomis and Stu Macher, or maybe they just used Billy Loomis, and they say that he still haunts this town, and he still comes back. Like, people copycatted his kills and kept killing, and maybe what if they built up like this legend of it, but you still had killers, but you also had Billy Loomis as a monster killer that comes also like at the end. Like, you had both. Like,
I mean, it'd be different. It definitely would be different than what, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer did. But I feel like if they did that, then a lot of people would still compare that Scream movie to that I Know What You Did Last Summer iteration.
They would.
And I just, man, I'll put it this way, Destin. We always tout how Scream has been arguably, if not one, the most consistent franchise in regards to watchable movies.
Right.
I feel like if they did something like that, then you're entering stab territory, like in Scream 4, when Jenny was talking about, Stab 5 had time travel, and that was by far the worst. You know what I mean? I feel like if you start going down in that territory, the Scream legacy in regards to the consistency of watchable movies, that will start to plummet. You know what I mean? And stuff. And I just feel like what the Scream TV series did, anybody can don that costume. Anybody can be the killer that is living and breathing.
Yeah.
Don't take the supernatural route. You know what I mean? There is plenty of other stories you can tell of somebody dressing up in a Ghostface mask and a Ghostface costume to haunt a new character and stuff, or new characters and stuff like that. I just would hate for them to really dip their toes into the literal ghost aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really would, because we have enough. That's this is why Scream stood out. is because when you think about killers like Jason, like Michael, like Freddy, they all have this supernatural element to them. Hell, even like Chucky with the voodoo and stuff. Scream is unique because it's actual human beings being the killers in each and every movie, and it's a new one. Even if some of the motives are the same, you're still, for the most part, getting new killers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I think that's something that they just kind of, if you want to do something different, like in regards to like, okay, we're going to get a little supernatural, whatever. AI is perfect, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because you're blurring the lines between what's reality and what's not reality. But
it's tech.
Yes, but you're not literally like having these characters come back as like ghosts, so to speak, actually killing people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, that's why I'm super excited to see how much AI is going to play into this movie and what the hell they're going to do with it. You know what I mean? Because if they are going to go a little supernaturalist, I think doing this AI angle is the best option because it's the way of the land right now. You know what I mean? It fits right into what we are seeing in society. You know what I mean? So if you want to get a little supernatural, just have it be AI incorporated. It's very relatable. It's not going too far with the supernatural. It's moving right in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool too, man. I hope they utilize. I think they will. I think they'll utilize it right. It's just crazy that the movie's done, and they got so much editing time. So rumor has it is like I thought that they're going to go ahead and start filming 8 like pretty soon, like maybe in August or September or something. You know, like go ahead and start filming, and then we're going to have Scream 7 come out, and then like next year we get 2 Scream movies. Like we could get it early in the year, which they're talking about. It might be getting pulled back. We might get it earlier. Because you got to think about it, man. Like I know what you did last summer just got done filming not too long ago, and we're getting it in July. So that's a big turnaround.
Yeah.
After wrapping filming. So I don't know, something's going on, and I want more. I want to know more confirmation.
See, I will say this though, Destin, and this is what concerns me about the new I Know What You Did Last Summer film, is even the creators and the actors have said this isn't going to be a serious movie. And I'm not saying it should be all the way serious, but I don't want it to be all the way fucking cheesy either. You know what I mean? And stuff. And I think that's why them waiting to release Scream 7 and taking the time to do this story and the movie the way that they want to do it is so pivotal. You know what I mean? And I don't want to see them rush Scream 8 neither. You know what I mean? Take your time. Do what you got to do, which is why I'm okay with them filming in the early quarter of next year, because they seem to already have an established story of where they're going to pivot from Scream 7 to Scream 8. So even if they film in the early quarter of 2026, let's say they start in February and they get done by, let's say, May. If they release, like I think they are going to, Scream 8 in December, then that still gives you 7 months until the movie comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gives you enough time to edit, add the score, do what you need to do, get promotion ready, and all that stuff. Like, we could still get 2 movies in 1 year. And I think that's what's going to happen. We are definitely going to get 2 movies in 1 year. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't want to see Scream 7 sooner rather than later, because I do. But I think to truly honor Wes Craven and the 30-year anniversary of this iconic franchise, you give us the Daily Double. You give us 2 movies in 1 year, basically back to back. Especially if this 7th movie is going to end on the cliffhanger that we all think.
Yeah.
It makes all the sense in the world, bro. And I'm hoping they stick to the game plan. That's just me, though.
Yeah, they're going to have a reason to go back to Woodsboro. And so I hope we kind of get that hint at the end of this one.
That's the thing, bro. It has been all but confirmed. It has been all but confirmed that there will be a similar location that we have seen before in the Scream franchise in Scream 7.
You know what I think it is?
I think I'm on the same boat as you, but go ahead.
I think it's Windsor College.
Really?
Because where they're filming it is close to Windsor College, where they're originally. Because they were, because I was like, wait, that's the same location that Windsor College. So it'd be very easy for them to go over there and do some scenes or something.
Right. See,
I don't know. What'd you have in mind?
Well, see, this is the interesting thing, though. Now that you say that, I mean, it doesn't look like it based on the building we saw. You know, I mean, in regards to the where the play is going to be at. So see that, so that kind of X's it out, in my opinion. Where I think it's going to be at is in Hollywood, bro. I think it's going to be in Hollywood. Think about it. The last two films they follow the same trend as the original.
Yeah.
The first Scream 5 was in Woodsboro.
Yeah.
Scream 6 was at the college. Now Scream 7, we go back to Hollywood.
Yeah, I think that's what we were probably going to do. We might still be doing it. I honestly, it might be, that might all be like a fake town and kind of have, it might be a set, I'm okay with that, or bringing Hollywood to that scene. Like we've talked about it before several times, or I have, bringing Hollywood to Woodsboro. Like, I want to see that movie. I want to see Hollywood making the next Stab movie in the town of Woodsboro, and Woodsboro citizens are like, this is distasteful, this is disrespectful, and they've even like rented out some of the houses of the victims, the original. And it's just like a controversy, and you kind of get the best of both worlds. But that's one thing that I want. If we do go back to Woodsboro, I want to feel like I'm at Casey Becker's house, the school. I want to feel like I'm at Sydney's house. I want to feel like even Stu's house. I want it to feel like the original Stu house. So, just certain things that I really want out of it.
Bro, so what if, right? What if they do go back to Hollywood and Scream 7, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this whole Indiana thing is a fake town, or Indiana could be a real place.
Yeah.
But whatever happens, especially in regards to the murders and whatever, Roman's involvement with this movie is, it leads them back to Hollywood. Leads Sydney back to Hollywood, right? What if the Stab 3 Return to Woodsboro set is still there at Sunrise Studios?
Like it's still up there?
Yes,
like
they never took it. They never took it down. They never took it down. It's still there. It's still in the same spot that it was, so on and so forth. Maybe Sunrise Studios, the new Sunrise Studios, moved to a different location. You know what I mean? And stuff. And they kept the old one up, but it's just not used. And stuff like that. Because, as we know, Stu's replica house and Sydney's replica house was there on that set. So, I mean, and remember, Sydney, even though it was a fake set, when she got attacked, her mental capacity led her to believe that was Woodsboro, that she was back in Woodsboro.
Yeah. See, I like that. And you got you got the score and everything.
Yes. So, especially if what we think could happen in Scream 7 does happen in regards to Stu and Roman being linked together, what if this is basically a segue into revealing that Stu was there present all along?
I think that'd be so cool, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think
man,
that'd be awesome. I think it'd be awesome also to show that Stu was there all along too. He was a big presence in 3, but he was also there in 2, and they could use that image of him hanging out at the sorority house, being like, "Yeah, I was there at Windsor College too," And me and Mickey were good buddies.
I mean, Mickey was there in the film room, in the film study, when Randy said, "I'd let the geek get the girl."
Yeah.
So he could have told Mrs. Loomis about that. But when I go back and rewatch Scream 2, I do find it interesting with Ghostface's dialogue to Randy. You'll never ever be the hero, and you'll never ever get the girl.
Yeah.
Who knew more than anybody about Randy's infatuation with Sydney other than Dewey?
That's a good catch, man.
Other than Dewey. Because, Randy, in Scream 2, said what he said, I'm the love slave of Sidney Prescott. I know all about obsession. But Stu, he knew how much Randy was in love with Sydney.
Right.
So, I mean, man, listen, man, it's very
maybe
very
that was
tough.
him. Maybe that was him on the phone.
Maybe.
And maybe she was in the car. Maybe that's how they did it.
Maybe, bro.
I really didn't like how that was kind of orchestrated. I thought it was kind of like, what am I trying to say? Like it was too coincidental that he made his way to that van a little bit, Like, just I don't know, like after rewatching it and everything. I mean, it's a great scene. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. But then the people walking by with the boombox and dancing and stuff, I was kind of like, man, that's a little forced.
Right.
That's a little forced, man. Wouldn't it be cool if Joel came back? What if he was actually one of the killers and he just kind of got away with it?
Damn, that would be nuts. I mean,
wouldn't that be crazy? That would be kind of cool,
what
man.
would be his motive?
I don't know. I have to think about that one. I think it'd be crazy. Like, oh, I'm out of here, And then what if he would have came back at the end and he's like, yeah, I didn't leave. Where are they gonna go? I want your job, Gail. I don't want to be your cameraman. I want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, right. I want to be the head honcho. And real quick to touch on what Paula said about Chad possibly killing Vince. I don't think Chad would be a killer, but one thing that a lot of people fail to forget about Scream 5 and that bar scene is directly after they were all getting kicked out, you see Mindy pick up her phone and start texting somebody. Now, who was she texting? Because right after that, Vince gets killed off.
Right.
And if you go back to Scream 6 and her interaction with Kirby, and Kirby says, oh, the TV that killed Stu Macher, if you believe he's dead.
Yeah.
There's
why
some
even say that? Yeah, why even say like that? That's a little bit. And then in the first movie, it said on the YouTube video, it was like, is the real Stu Macher dead or whatever? Or it's just like, okay, why are you throwing in these hints? Are you just toying with us or what?
Right.
I don't know, man. I think Stu Macher's still alive. I want him to be alive. I think he needs to be alive. I think that's going to be the shocker for people that haven't been on Scream for a long time, because I know a lot of people that they're just like, I just couldn't get into Scream, man. It's just because they weren't horror fans of all these other horror movies. The ones that don't get into Scream are the ones that don't even really like horror, so they don't really appreciate all the references. They don't understand all the jokes about certain things. Like Scream is kind of like our Avengers Marvel movie when it comes to the horror genre, because they're doing self-referential thing. I can't even talk tonight of the horror genre, and so we get all the geeky shit. Mm-hmm. It's the same way that a lot of people that love all the comic book stuff, they get that reference, they get this reference, they get that. They do a lot of fan service stuff. I get some of it, I like it, but I'm not the biggest Marvel fan. There are some that I like, but I get it. That's your shit. That's your jam.
Right.
I think that's the thing. It's if they did bring back Stu Macher, because even if you didn't like horror movies, the average moviegoer did like the original Scream because of just the tone, the twist. It was a good story, good characters, and a lot of people liked Matthew Lillard, Stu Macher. And if you bring him back, that word of mouth is gonna grow like the first movie. Everyone's gonna be like, "What is everybody talking about?" And they're gonna go buy tickets. This might be like that resurgence that we got with the first movie, where didn't do much on the first weekend, but word of mouth. Everyone kept coming, and the movie started growing and growing and growing, and it became a phenomenon. And then that could happen again if they bring back Stu Macher. So that's why I'm like, whether you want it to happen or not, I think you need it to happen, especially this late in the game. It's a safe bet because you're going to please your hardcore audiences, and then you're going to get the word of mouth, and you're going to bring the people that haven't watched Scream in a long time to come back and being like, what's going on here? You know, they're going to be curious, and they might like it. They might be like, oh, I'm a Scream fan. Matthew Lillard's back. Like, he's such a likable character. Like,
Right.
I think I was more shocked that Stu was a killer than Billy when it was revealed originally. You know, like that second, you know, run in that Sidney does, and he's standing there, and that like put kind of chills down my spine. I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
Like, I wasn't expecting that, you know.
Right. But and they orchestrated it so well, because the funny thing is, like Randy always is, he was right. Because remember, Randy, before Stu was even revealed, Stu's flipped out. He's gone mad.
Yeah.
So that right there tells you that Stu was a killer, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shit, right? But you overlooked it because of everything that was happening, especially, you know, with Billy. We all go a little mad sometimes, and shooting Randy and stuff, and then, man, Sidney, you know, going to turn around and try to run, and Stu's right there, and Stu, help me, please. Surprise, Sidney. You know, like, bro, to me, that's one of the most iconic reveals of a killer in horror movie history.
It really is. It really is, man. It really is. It was so well orchestrated, man. And that's how I want to feel again with our killers, you know.
Yes.
I don't want them to just show up and just take off the mask and it's just like, who'd you think it was? You know, all that kind of stuff. Oh, pull the rug out from under me, you know, blow my mind.
Right.
Paula says, which movie is winning in the poll, Marcus?
I can check that right now. Give me a second.
All right. Let me see. Bushwhacked is funny as fuck. Yeah, it is. Bushwhacked's a good one. I haven't seen that movie re-released. I'm gonna have to try to find that movie because I want to rewatch all these, like, you know, like family comedy, like clean comedy movies with my son. Like I grew up with, like Heavyweights was a good one. Sandlot, classic. Bushwhacked, Rookie of the Year. All these like fun movies I grew up with. And I played baseball growing up. Like I loved playing baseball growing up. That was like my main sport. Oh, great to have you back, Horror Queen. Nice. I hope you got something good to eat. Hell yeah. Voting poll is right here. You can copy that. Hell yeah. Nice. Leah, I can't even talk tonight. Leonia, what's up, everyone? What's up? Also, happy Friday the 13th, everyone. Happy Friday the 13th to you, too. Good to have you. If you are just popping in and popping out right now, we got 26 viewers right now. Please stab that like button. It helps the algorithm and it helps this stream get noticed. Also, we have the Woodsboro Cinema Club watch party Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central. Come there and hang out with us. Be a part of the cinema club. And Marcus has a watch party after this of one of the Friday 13th movies. We're going to find out shortly, so stay tuned. And also, go check out Horror Hooligans, episode 1 on my channel, episode 2 on Marcus's. Links are down in the description below of this video. And I love your faces, and thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Y'all, look at you hooligans. Do y'all want to be called hooligans? You want to? I think that's a good one.
I do too, man. I'm still trying to figure out what to call like my channel members and stuff who are, you know, members of my channel. I'm trying to still figure out what to call them.
Call them the Shapers, like the shape.
I was thinking about, you know, maybe my patients, because, you know, the whole Dr. Loomis theme.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to end up doing a poll, you know what I mean, of
subjects.
My test subjects. Let's go.
My test subjects. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That'd be great. I'm not even going to lie. That sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
So as of right now, Friday the 13th, the remake is winning. It's winning with 33.3% of the vote. Then you have a three-way tie between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you have a three-way vote between the original Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 5, and Friday the 13th Part 7 New Blood. So guys, if you guys want to sit there and watch New Blood or any of those other Friday the 13th movies, right now the remake is winning. You know, so if you haven't voted in the poll yet, the link is there. If you guys would like me to throw the link back in the chat, I got you. So you guys can all feel inclusive and stuff and get your votes in if you guys haven't done so already. And yeah, at about 11 o'clock, well, I said at 11 o'clock, I'll shut the voting down, but because, you know, it was kind of impromptu, I'll wait to after this stream is over to shut the voting down, and then we'll go with that. Because I want everybody to get their shine and be able to vote, because from what I'm looking at it, we've only had 8 people vote so far. You know what I mean? So, and I know there has been a lot more people that watch the channel, watch these live watch parties. So I want you guys to be able to get your votes in if you guys haven't even seen the voting poll. So definitely get your votes in if you guys want to do if you guys want to watch a Friday the 13th movie tonight, and if any specific one that you want to watch, you guys can vote on it.
Sounds like a plan. So get over there and vote your little heart out, whichever one you want to watch. The remake ain't too bad though. I'm
no,
digging that.
Absolutely not.
I'm digging that. But yeah, it was Rebecca Gayheart, Val. Yes, it was. And we do have a super chat in the house. It's from our Go DJ. That's my DJ with $3 super chat. Stephen King, Firestarter, man. I have not seen this movie in so long. Drew Barrymore with like, was it like the fire that she could do? Like, like the pyro shit. Like, dude, that's a good one. That's a good one. Didn't they do a remake not too long ago too of it?
With Zac Efron.
Yeah, yeah. I remember it was okay. It was.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was a nice little remake. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. That is a great DJ. Awesome. He's always bringing some. He's got to win on one of these. We might actually spin the wheel tonight, because we're going to spin the wheel again Sunday night for the Woodsboro Cinema Club. But we might spin the wheel tonight so we know our next 2 that we're going to watch.
Could I add that to his list?
Yeah, if you want to, I'm going to go ahead and add it to the wheel. So yeah, if you do want to be a part of the Woodsboro Cinema Club, you can always watch for free. I don't, but if you want to like add movies to the wheel and you want to come on the stream and watch it with us, you don't have to. But you could send in a super chat and we'll add your movie of your choice, horror related, hopefully, and watch it here on the channel. And then we spin the wheel and we see which one we're watching next. So Firestarter, that's a good one, man. I have not seen that since, I remember my parents used to rent that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. We'll put because I got to keep up with who does it. So yeah, it is added to the wheel. Awesome. Thank you, DJ. That's super awesome of you. DJ, you're super cool, dude. I appreciate your support. It keeps the light on, you know, like Motel 8. Welcome.
I don't know if there's like a delay, but for some reason it's not adding it to your super chat goal. So maybe it's just a little lag of delay in that, but I just see that it still says 0. So just want to let you know that.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I'm not looking at that. Okay, yeah, let me know if that changes.
Gotcha.
But you know, get a little hee hee hee. But if you don't want some hee hee hee, you get a little bit of yeah.
Oh,
and did you
man.
hear that Spaceballs 2 got greenlit and Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement? Did you see that?
Yes. I seen that the other day and I saw it and I instantly thought of you, Destin.
I was like, oh, here we go. I've been waiting on this. So we got to do a little bit of...
So we're combing it. Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Dude, I
That's
love it.
fucking great. They look like some fucking knockoff Power Rangers.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they were like that. Like Rick Moranis is called Dark Helmet because he's like a knockoff Darth Vader, but he's like a small dude, and it's funny, dude, because he's like go comb the desert, and so they actually got combs out there combing the desert. It's stupid, man, but it's so funny. I love me some Mel Brooks, man. Mel Brooks is my jam. Thank you again, DJ. It is added. Great pick. And looking forward to watching that one, actually. All right, where was I? I'm going to try to skip down. We are about an hour into the stream. I don't know how long we're going to go, but we will be having to wrap up shortly. Super chats do extend the stream. You don't have to, but I know Marcus has a watch party here in a little bit. What time do you plan on doing that one again? I know you probably mentioned it.
Bro, you talking to the guy who went fucking live at midnight last night. You know what I mean? Bro, you know this, bro. I show love and support to your channel. If you want to go for like another hour, I got it. I'm shutting down the poll. I will say this. If we do another hour, I'll shut down the poll at probably like 11:15, 11:30 or whatever and stuff. So one way or another, the poll's going to get shut down. But if you do get the stream extended, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, the poll's going to get shut down. Whoever, wins the vote or whatever, that's what we're going to do. While I'm here with you or whatever, I'll put the stream together and stuff like that. And we can still talk some stream.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Like,
we'll see how it goes. King Matthew III says, I think the chief from Scream 1 that was Dewey's boss could return in Scream 7 as well. Maybe he's part of Stu's survival being kept secret. It would be cool if he was mentioned like Sheriff Burke. Was that his name? Sheriff from Scream 1. Wasn't it Sheriff Burke?
yeah, Sheriff Burke. Yeah, Joseph Witt.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if Sheriff Burke, threatened Dewey's job? Gail says Sheriff Burke threatens Dewey's job, and he was a rookie and he didn't know no better, so he couldn't talk about it. Maybe she's explaining that to Sydney. But yeah, I don't think he really necessarily has to be in it, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see real quick. Val says, don't think we're going to see the revenge motive as such. Motive is going to be attached to something we didn't know in the beginning. I hope it is something like that. Like we discover something we've never seen before. Paula says she would love to see Dewey's mother come back. That's a good one. That would be a touching moment. Like if Sydney runs into their mom, or something, and there's like a hug moment, like it's okay. She doesn't have to have like a big role, but like just like a, running in, at the grocery store or whatever. What if she's mad at Sydney? Both of my kids are dead because of you.
That's not impossible. You saw how in Scream 4 the town turned on Sydney. You're just like your mother, Sydney. Why did you have to come back here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stuff like. Yeah, for some reason, bro, it didn't add that super check.
Oh, I know why. Because, oh man, I messed up. That's all right. We'll still add it. It'll still be counted, but it's supposed to be $5 or more. That's why. I didn't.
Oh wow, gotcha.
That's an automatic thing. It like automatically has it at 5 and 10. You have to like.
Oh yeah. And
you gotta
switch it.
You gotta manually bring it down, and I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry, but we will still count it, DJ. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I got you with a live ticker of super chats.
Yeah, it was kind of like I knew we were late getting on, so I was like, let me throw this up here real quick. Matthew says, from what I read, Dewey was supposed to be in on how Stu survived and was part of the reason Stu returned in Scream 3, and even David Arquette himself has said he wanted to be a Ghostface. I mean, like, I wouldn't have been mad if Dewey was a Ghostface in Scream 3. Like, I would have been okay with it, even though that Scary Movie kind of beat them to the punch with the whole Doofy thing. I was like, well, that cherry's already popped now, so it won't be as impactful. But then after seeing him in 3 and then in 4, it's like, no, I don't want Dewey to be a Ghostface anymore. I used to want that when Scream 2 and Scream 3 came out. It's like, would it be crazy if he was a killer? But after 3, I was like, no, I don't want him to be a killer now.
Yeah, the way I look at Dewey is he is the Dr. Loomis of the Scream franchise.
He's the heart, man.
Yes, he is that one male constant, you know what I mean, that was always trying to sacrifice himself to save everybody else.
Right. And he wasn't a badass, and he knew it, but he was trying.
Right, exactly. I feel like if they were to fucking turn him into a killer, you destroy everything that you built for the legacy of that character.
Yep, I agree. Val says, I am one of those people who want some Marine backstory.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Stella says, I don't believe Stu knew anything. Roman during Scream 96. Huh. What if it was just Billy and Roman and Stu wasn't a part of that? I mean, that's a big possibility too.
Oh yeah, it definitely
because I mean, she makes a point, because remember when Billy was explaining shit to Sydney in his motive in that kitchen, and he was like, your slut mother was fucking my father and shit. It cuts to Stu and he's jaws dropped. He's just kind of like shocked. He's like, it looked like he was just learning that information too.
Right.
You know? So that's a big possibility too, you know?
I think Stu, I don't think he knew about the motive of Billy, but I think he knew of Roman. I do. You know, I really do think he knew of Roman. I just have this feeling that he did. You know, what always makes me believe that, and I hope we get this answered in Scream 7. I just feel like if you don't, it's a terrible missed opportunity. What was Roman going to do with Stu Macher's house in his movie Stab 3 Return to Woodsboro? You don't have that set piece if you're not going to reveal something. You know what I mean? In my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, why was Stu's house there? Why would he want to cast Sydney to go back to Woodsboro and Stu's house be a main feature? That's always been the biggest question to me.
Oh, that's a good point. It's like he wanted to, it was like he fantasized about making this a reality.
Yes. You know, like just man. Oh, this is another thing. I mean, of course you could see paper clippings and stuff like that. But how the hell did Roman know what Stu's house looked like if he never met Stu and if he never looked at the house?
I guess based off of Stab 1.
I mean, I guess, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess you could say that, you know what I mean? But hold on, that's the thing. I mean, we know in Stab 1 that they obviously featured Stu's house, but for all we know, because they remember Casey Becker's house did not look anything the same in Stab 1.
That's true. It looked different. Yeah.
So
you're right.
I mean, for all we know, Stu's house could have looked completely different in the Stab universe as well. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, granted, I mean, it's a Scream movie and they've done it up to where they did a great job making that look like Stu's actual house.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking in regards to Roman and the character, how the hell would he fucking know exactly, damn near structure for structure, what that house looked like if he never seen it before? Because in my opinion, even newspaper clippings wouldn't do that justice. You got to know what the inside of the house looks like. You got to know what certain, you know, objects, like, bro, like there's certain things in that replicated house that screams to me, all pun intended, that fucking Roman knew what that house inside and out looked like because he had been there. Yeah, I mean, so I really am hoping that they explore that in Scream 7. I really do, because I feel like Stu was Roman's silent partner in Scream 3. Think about this too. I mean, granted, we don't have no real timestamp on what time Roman got out of jail. But think about when Roman got into jail. Well, not jail, but when they questioned him. What happens directly after that? Sydney gets the phone call. Very reminiscent to Scream 1996 when Billy was hauled into jail. And Stu called Sydney at Dewey's house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. There's some definitely. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Matthew says, I actually think it was Roman talking to Sydney on the phone in Scream 1 before Ghostface first attacks Sydney, because the killer says, "Do you want to die, Sydney? Your mother sure didn't." I'm gonna let you answer this. I'll be right back. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I gotta go check on something. I got dinner on the stove, so I don't want it to burn.
Oh, you're good, bro. You know I got you.
All right. I'll be right back.
Be right back.
So you force the laws and you end up dead. All right, I'll see you in the kitchen with a knife. But to answer your question, Matthew, or to respond to your comment, I can get why you would say that could be Roman, but there's two things that there's two reasons why I believe it was definitely Billy. Number one, go back and re-listen to that conversation and listen to how the Ghostface voice modulator sounds. You can tell that it's Skeet Ulrich. You can tell that. And even Skeet himself has said when Billy's character makes the phone calls, there's certain moments in the movie where you can tell it's him talking in the voice modulator because they had issues with the voice modulator actually disguising his voice. They had issues with that. And two, Billy would say that as well because he's the one who killed Marie. You know what I mean? Like, so, and think about it like this. Think about it like this, the way that Ghostface said it. Do you want to die, Sydney? Your mother sure didn't. That, I mean, Roman and Sydney share the same mother. Now, granted, you can sit there and say he spoke that way to not reveal that he's the other half of her. But I feel like that was Billy for sure, because that just, the aggression and the tone, everything, you know what I mean? But more specifically, when you go back and listen to that scene, especially at the beginning, when she picks up the phone and she says, "Tatum, just get in the car." And he's like, "Hello, Sydney. Scary night, isn't it? With all the murders, it's like something out of a horror movie," or however he said it. Go back and re-listen to that. And I promise you, you can tell that is Skeet Ulrich. You know what I mean? Because even when I go back and rewatch that scene, and in the opening scene with Casey, there's certain moments where you can hear Skeet's voice coming through. You know what I mean? But I don't blame you for having that idea that Roman could have been the one to call Sydney. I just think that was Billy, in all honesty. You know what I mean? I just, the evidence is just too much for me. But hey, not impossible to think that it was Roman, man. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, he wanted, you know, Sydney to suffer. So, but also too, we do see Billy basically his cell phone drop on the floor. You know what I mean? Even though his cell phone came back clean, obviously we know they used a clone cell phone. So I just feel like that was Billy, man. Like when you go back and rewatch that scene, listen to it really closely, you can hear Skeet's voice coming through the voice modulator. And I just feel like that aggression. Do you want to die, Sydney? Your mother sure didn't. That sounds like somebody who knew that Marine fought for her life or struggled with dying.
Like they're the ones that did it.
They're the ones who did it.
They were the ones that
yes,
that took her last breath.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like that was Billy on the phone. And that
right.
was
I'm about to say, Destin, I wanted to ask you that. Did you ever notice that in the opening scene and in that phone call scene with Sydney, certain moments you can hear Skeet's voice coming through the voice modulator?
It sounds like it a little bit.
Yes. And he's even said that on a panel that they had issues. So there is certain moments in the movie where you can tell it's him talking on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though it was Roger L. Jackson.
They had it basically programmed to where when they would speak, it's supposed to sound like Roger L's scream voice. But because this was like basically new or whatever, they had issues with it and stuff like that. So they were having issues with the voice modulator. It was supposed to sound strictly like Roger L. Jackson. But because of those issues, there's certain moments where you can hear Skeet's voice coming through.
Yeah, one thing I think about is like, hey, We're not
Yes.
dead yet.
Yes. Yup.
Yeah, I was like, man, he sounds a little different right there. He sounds a little. There's certain times that he sounds different.
Just like when he calls Sydney and he's like, "Hello, Sydney," you know, and he's like, "Scary night, isn't it?" Or whatever, something like that. When you go back and really like listen to it, you're like, "Yep, that's fucking Steve."
Yeah. Personalities.
Yeah.
Talking Star Wars says, I know you're talking to Paula, but it says, just for future reference for Woodsboro Cinema Club watch party Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central, Tubi has Death Count. So yes,
Nice.
if anybody wants to come watch along and be a part of that, it is on Tubi for free. Let's see here. Oh, we got Emo Love Kitten in the house. What's up? Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to the party. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good time. I assume you love kittens. I don't know. I like cats too. But they just
You see the cats yet?
Huh?
See the cats yet?
Cats.
The cats. You see the cats yet?
The
Jeepers
play?
Creepers, bro.
Oh, I was thinking the play. Cats.
Yo, the fucking lady on the phone, fucking Giselle. You see the cat yet?
Oh yeah.
That's my shit, bro. That's my homegirl right there. I love that shit.
Yeah. Jeepers Creepers. We need to do a watch party of that. I haven't seen the original in a long time, and I really liked it. I saw it in theaters.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Emo Love Kitten says, makes sense, but shouldn't the franchise put a little new twist on things? Yeah, I think so. I think that they will. They're going to put like a fresh angle on it. I think the whole, like, I think the way that could be cool is, yeah, you could do the sibling thing, you know, and it could be Anna Camp as like Leslie Mocker, and it's like, oh, we're just getting this again. But then the surprise is Stu steps out and you see Anna Camp's character go, hey bro, like behind Sydney, and Sydney turns around and it's surprise Sydney. He like does the same thing,
Right.
like voice thing. Like I want to see stuff like that.
Something like a Will Benson and fucking I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Hey, Dad.
Yeah. Exactly, dude. I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool. I was like, hell yeah, we got layers here now.
Hell
like
yeah,
it,
man.
That was really. I like I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I will stand on that hill. I don't give a fudge.
Hell yeah. I will say this, and I implore anyone, if you have the time to do it, excuse me, if you have time to do it, specifically, I would say watch both seasons, but specifically watch the second season of Found and watch how our main antagonist, whose name is Sir, he's played by Zach from Saved by the Bell. There's a brother-sister aspect in that show that I want Scream to have for Stu and Leslie.
You said it's called Found?
Yes. So put it this way. His character basically gets locked up. He gets locked up for his crimes or whatever. But on the outside, he has his sister pulling the strings for him. Or whatever. Pulling certain little strings.
I remember seeing this advertised. I forgot about this movie.
Yes. Yes. And when you look at both those characters, I mean, his sister's blonde haired. We think Anna Camp is going to be Leslie Mocker. She has blonde hair. And when you look at, Mark Gosselar's character in there, not saying he looks like Matthew Lillard, but he's kind of clean cut, got the beard like Matthew does now and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, go watch that show. I feel like in Scream 7, if they are going to reveal that Leslie Mocker is, if Anna's Leslie Mocker, that's something I want to see out of her and Stu. I want her to be pulling the strings for him. And then we get the reveal that Stu is alive.
Yeah. Okay, I got to check out that show, man. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on, like especially
that's just a banger.
What's it on? Where's it playing?
You can catch it on Peacock now. But NBC just canceled it, so they're shopping for a fucking new home, which I think was a travesty because that show's fucking great.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna check it out, man, because that was on my. I like Mark Paul Gosselaar. I feel like he didn't get enough. He didn't get the recognition that he deserved. I think it's because he just tried different roles and he kind of stepped out of that the Zach Morris role.
Bro,
You ever seen Dead Man on Campus?
No.
You never seen Dead Man on Campus?
No.
Oh, dude, that's a good one, man. Him and they're trying to find a roommate that will commit suicide so they can get straight A's because they're flunking college. So if your if your roommate, you know, there's like a thing going around, like there's like a loophole if your college, you know, took their life or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd be too devastated, and you get straight A's and be able to pass. So they were trying to find the most suicidal, crazy person on campus to move in with them. And they meet some. It's a comedy though. It's kind of a dark comedy, but they meet some really crazy goofballs, dude. We got to watch that. It's an MTV movie too. Like MTV came out with it. I like it.
I will say this though, he plays a great fucking villain. He does.
Yeah, he was in a couple of Lifetime movies where he was kind of a villainous role, and I was like, oh man,
bro, he taps into that role, man. I'll put it this way: he taps into it so good, I wouldn't care if he took on villain roles the rest of his career. Bring it on.
Yeah. I don't know if it's been confirmed that it's going to start Stella at the beginning of 2026. It could start at any time. I think that they might go ahead and get started on as soon as possible. But I mean, it's a possibility. I don't think anybody really knows, though.
Yeah, the rumor is that it's going to start in early 2026, but it hasn't been officially confirmed yet.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen Smiley?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think so.
Oh, that's an underrated one. We're going to have to watch that very, very soon. I watched it, bro. When I watched that, I thought of you. I'm like, yo, Destin would love this fucking twist. So I'm going to say.
Okay, I'll have to write that down, man, because that's something I was interested in a while ago, but I forgot all about it until you mentioned it. So hell yeah. King Matthew III says, did you guys see the new screenshot that was released for the new I Know What You Did Last Summer? It was posted today, and it's a picture showing Helen's sister's store from the first one.
Figured that was it.
I didn't see that, but I was wondering if that store was going to be there because I saw the trailer, and it felt like that was the same store that somebody gets attacked in.
Yeah, because of the dumbwaiter.
Right. Yeah. And then like it looked like the mannequins was in the back. It looked like that store. So that's kind of cool that they're utilizing like the same areas, you know. Like that's kind of what I want Scream to do. I hope it feels that way. I hope it feels like the same places. Let's see here. Matthew also says the only problem with, as Randy directly says in front of the class, that he had let the geek get the girl, so maybe Stu was talking to Randy or the phone, or maybe Mickey. Yeah, so, Randy also, not Randy. Stu and Mickey both knew that Randy wanted Sydney.
Here's the thing about that, though. It couldn't have been Mickey because remember, Mrs. Loomis says so it couldn't even been Stu. Now that I think about this, Randy spoke poorly of Billy, and I got a little knife happy.
Right.
You know, so it had to be Mrs. Loomis to call. You know what I mean? But still, the fact that, you know what I mean, that she even mentioned how much, you know, basically Randy, you know, he'll never be the hero and he'll never get the girl. Right. Maybe Mickey told her about it, or hey, we have this idea that if Stu has been involved in all the other sequels after the first, maybe Stu filled her in with that information.
Yeah, for sure. Emo says Stu needs a dog to help him kill. Hell yeah. Nice. Dewey is dead, dude. He not breathing no more. Yeah. I mean, there's a way that they're bringing him back for sure, either AI or something, but they could
go ahead, Destin, but I got something for that.
Yeah. I mean, they could do whatever they wanted. It's a movie.
This is how I feel about it. If they weren't going to bring Stu back alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why reveal that Matthew is going to be in the movie or whatever? The reason why they did that is to avoid leaks of his appearance being there.
Right.
So in my opinion, if he was just there to be a flashback if he was just there to be AI, they wouldn't give a shit if people saw that he was in the building.
Right.
To me, there has to be certain scenes that they have done with him that is in his live actual form, in his live physical form, meaning he would be alive, you know.
Right.
And the fact that Matthew himself says, I play a fairy godmother or something like that, and it's going to slay. I will always go back to this. The fairy godmother and this whole Sleeping Beauty type play that they're going to be doing in Scream 7. The fairy godmother was a character who was assumed to be dead that was later found out to be alive.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know, so I think, I mean, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You're entitled to feel if Stu's dead. That's cool. That's your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
What I do advise you, though, is to really look deep into the facts of what we know so far about the movie and really take your mind into what I just said. If they weren't going to reveal him as alive, why would they care if his appearance was leaked?
Right.
They wouldn't give a shit. You know what I mean? So
you're right, man. You're absolutely right. I'm going to skip over a few. We're about an hour and a half into it. We are going to have to wrap up the stream. I don't want to run out of all my hours here on StreamYard because we do have some more watch parties coming up, and it doesn't reset until later on. Let me see here. Kiss love, yeah. You know what? It might be something I might put on my shop. Do we get jackets for the club, the Woodsboro Cinema Club? I might have to make some gear on my shop. That's a good idea. Thanks for the idea, for sure. Bao says, love being a part of the Hooligan family. Hell yeah. Kiss Love Gun Hooligans 1977. Yep. Hell yeah. I still haven't listened to that song. I'm going to listen to it tonight for sure. Let's see here. Stella says, every time Destin says, I love your face, it reminds me of when my daughter was about 4, and when she was happy with someone, she'd say, I'd love your face. When she was mad, she'd yell, I hate your face. Dang! Well, your daughter's awesome. But yeah, I do say that. I don't know what it is. It's just something that I say. I don't even realize I say it, but that's cool. See, your daughter's cool. Let's see here. Yes, here's the voting poll right here. So go check that out because we are going to be checking on that after this stream and see which one won. Yes, and Mel Brooks is coming back too. Yeah. Let the Schwartz be with you. Hell yeah. Ditch this stream to watch Spaceballs. Just kidding. Oh, yes. Talking Star Wars would say that. Hell yeah. Like that Spaceballs, like scary movie for Scream. It's like Spaceballs is you're talking Star Wars because that's making fun of all the Star Wars movies. So yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, we might do a watch party of it since it's coming back. DJ said I was going to choose a movie, Tommy Knockers from Stephen King. Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time. Remember, that was a big one back in the day. I know which Friday won. Not saying anything. Grabbing Cheerios now. Oh! All right. What if it was one of Marine's relatives? Well, her sister already died in Scream 4. I don't know. It could have been. Maybe. They keep it in the family.
Yeah, right.
Also, Roman told Sydney during his reveal, he told Billy to find a partner to pin things on.
Yeah, he did say that. I mean, but that doesn't mean that after Billy found that partner, that he didn't meet up with Billy and Stu after that fact.
That's true. That's true. King Matthew say he voted on the poll for Friday 13th stream after this stream. Yes. Roman had Dewey as a consultant. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. That's a good catch, Stella, for sure. I never looked at it in that way.
Yeah, he was on set. That's why he was there. He was a consultant.
Yep. Technical advisor, someone who lived through the thing, knew the real people.
Right. King Matthew the Third said, also, how did Roman know about Tatum dying? Because he gets offended during the scene. Stone is in Dewey's trailer mocking Dewey's sister and kills Stone for it. I mean, it would have been history.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody would have known, and if Dewey was there, I'm pretty sure he's talked about it. You know, it was known like my sister got killed through this. You know,
and if it's revealed, I mean, what would say? Didn't I think King Matthew said earlier that no, he said about Casey and Steve. So if it's revealed, like I think it could be, that Roman was there at Stu's house the night of 1996. For all we know, Roman could have been the one that killed Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And stuff. Stu was attending to the party. In my opinion, that would have been really difficult for Stu to go get into costume, kill Tatum. Yes, did he slip back in the house? Sure. But if Roman's already in the house hiding somewhere, so could he. And some will say, oh no, it could have been Billy. Yeah, sure, it could have been Billy as well, too. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, this is just me. I don't think Billy killed anybody in Scream 1996. I don't. You know what I mean? I think he was just basically Stu's puppet master to a degree. But then maybe you had Roman also there pulling the strings on both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big possibility. Mark Paul Gossler. Joel is definitely a Ghostface. What's up, Patrol? Welcome. We are getting ready to wrap up the stream, but good to see you, buddy. Smiley is good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. J-Rod's in the house. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the party, pal. Maybe Stu just wants to finish the job on the anniversary of Maureen Prescott's death 30 years later. If you see the behind-the-scenes leaked pictures, the set looks to take place in the fall. Yes. That maybe that's where Scream 8 is gonna, go into. Like, yeah, it might be a whole anniversary thing going on.
Yep.
Absolutely. Good to have you here too. Thank you. No animal abuse, please. Yeah. Even if Stu does have like a killer dog with him. And it would be a great way to bring Stu back. Yeah, and Stella G says the Ghostface who killed Tatum had different pants than both Billy and Stu that night. That's true.
Ooh, I never even fucking realized that.
Mm.
Ooh, Roman was in the house. Let's go, man. Yo, I'm telling you, I hope they reveal that.
Well,
man.
I mean, think about this. After Ghostface kills Tatum, he creeps into the door. Why did he come back to the front door?
What do you mean?
Like, after he kills Tatum, he goes into the door that leads into the house.
Yeah.
And later on, Billy comes to the front door.
Yeah, now I see what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think many people believe it was Stu, because it's his house. He crept back inside the house and stuff like that or whatnot. But I just feel like when I go back and rewatch that, with him tending to the party, that would have been very, very difficult, man. Like,
yeah. It really would have. What if someone just walked in at the wrong time and he was just like, now I gotta kill you.
Yeah, right. And when Sydney, and I talked to you about this, Destin, when Sydney locks both Billy and Stu in Stu's parents' room, when she cuts that corner, there's another Ghostface that comes out that side door that's closest to the steps. There's a side room. If you look closely, the chair is pulled out as if somebody was sitting there waiting.
Oh, okay.
All right. Know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know, man. I know some people will say, because I know you said there is another door that leads all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to sound like an asshole, but in my opinion, a motherfucker's not making it all the way around that fast in a mere 3 to 5 seconds.
Right. Yeah. It was supposed to be set as one room. It wasn't supposed
Yes.
It wasn't filmed that way. That's just how the house was set up.
Yeah.
They didn't show it in the movie. So, yeah. J-Rod says, all I know is I wouldn't want to live in Woodsboro. F that. Hell yeah. I'm going to get through the next couple of comments, then we're going to call it a stream, y'all. Came back to the third. Plus, I'm pretty sure Billy wouldn't want to risk getting hurt too bad because he gets stabbed. The scene after Tatum dies, and maybe Billy didn't want to risk bleeding in front of Sydney. Yeah. Because I don't think he was really stabbed. He wasn't stabbed. That was a setup.
Well, I think Billy, even if Roman was working with them, I think Billy's plan was to subsequently even turn on both of them if he could.
Yeah.
Because I definitely do think Billy's whole plan was to turn on Stu and kill him too, which is why he tried to cut him so deep. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And when Stu went to do it to him, remember, off to the right and not too deep. Or whatever. Right. He didn't want to bleed out from dying.
Right.
No, or die from bleeding out, I should say.
Right. And Stu was already mad because he knew that he was cutting him too deep and wrong. Yeah. So he was like, oh, I remember. Fuck, Stu. Fuck.
Oh, sorry, Billy. I guess I got a little too jealous, huh?
Hell yeah.
Man.
When he flipped over Tatum, you see his pants. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm going to go back and look at that. Stella's going to make me do a fucking video about this.
DJ says, so is there a wheel spin after this? Yes, we will do a wheel spin. We're about to head over to that right now. Our first movie is going to be Sunday, but we're going to see which one is set up for the next one. So I'll probably set that up for probably Tuesday night since we got Horror Hooligans on Monday night. Tuesday or Thursday will be like in between those Horror Hooligans episodes. So yeah, that's how I'll do it. Because we only did one this week, so we need to catch up on it. But yeah, DJ, absolutely. Well, yeah, I was gonna wait until Sunday, Val, but I think I am gonna spin one tonight so I can go ahead and put one in the books because we were kind of waiting for Shannon to come back from out of town and everything, and so we'll do a double whammy coming up. But it's gonna be normally just on the Woodsboro Cinema Club, but we're gonna make an exception tonight since we kind of missed a week or so on this one. Let's see here. J-Rod also says, I remember being in high school when Scream 96 came out. What a time it was once that movie started to gain steam. I know, man. We were talking about that earlier in the stream, dude. I know it just gained a lot of word of mouth. It's what put what do you call it? Caller IDs on the map. I'm pretty sure they were so happy that movie came out. They were like, oh, now they're getting like a boom in sales because of Scream. Nice.
I was in elementary.
I was literally, dang, dude, I was like 10, 11. Yeah. Nice. Because I was born in 86. Let me see here. Tatum has to work out and get that booty down so fit through the door. Yeah, I don't know if it was her booty or if it was something else that was kind of keeping her going through it, but it was like Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree. 100% ghosty. Billy wanted Stu to die as well. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I should have said that earlier, but yeah. I feel like we do need to do one tonight. So yeah. Okay. We're going to go on over to the wheel, and then we're going to call it a night because I do have to end the stream, or I'm going to run out of all these hours I have. But let me go ahead and let me turn off this music, and we will spin this wheel and see what's going to be after death count. Let me know whenever you can see my screen. There we go. See if that works. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. This is what we do. If you're curious, if you're just popping in, you're new to this and you're not part of the Woodsboro Cinema Club, you can be. If you send in a super chat, we will add movies. We have a whole list right here that we've been adding to, and everything's fair game. We spin this wheel after every stream, after every watch party, and we see what we're going to watch next. And then we'll watch that movie, but you also get the opportunity to come on the panel with us and watch the movie alongside with us, or you can just hang out in the chat if you're not comfortable with being on camera. It's completely up to you, but your movie will be added to the wheel. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and spin this wheel. I love your faces. This has been a great stream, but let's see who gets it. 3, 2, 1. Hee hee hee. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. They're gonna stop. All right, the children won after that. I don't know who was the children. Who put the children on there?
Did you accidentally? Hold on. Is that supposed to be Children of the Corn? No. Yeah, because there's one for Children of the Corn, and that's DJ.
Yeah. The children.
Hold on. No, DJ. That is one of DJ's. He picked the children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. He just put it in the. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's why I got to put y'all's name next to it now. Okay, the children is going to be the next one. I'll set it up, DJ, for Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central. That's kind of like my spot to do things. And yeah, we'll check it out Tuesday. If that's a good night for you. If that's not a good night for you, I will put it on another night, and I'll send you a link. And if you want to come on the panel with us, but you don't have to, buddy. But yes, looking forward to seeing the children. So we got Death Count with Shannon, and then Tuesday night, the children with DJ. Awesome. Okay, but there you go. If that's your first time seeing the Woodsboro Cinema Club, that's what we do. That's what we do. And we will spin the wheel again Sunday after that watch party of Death Count, and then we'll spin the wheel again after DJ's watch of the children. So nice. Okay, cool. He said it works. I'll stay in the chat. Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan, buddy. Hey, Melissa, welcome to the party. We're just wrapping up here. It's good to see you. Let's see here. Okay. All right. We got to call it a stream. This has been a great one. It's about 1 hour and 47 minutes into this. Please smash that like button if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps out the algorithm and helps this go into replay mode and be viewed by others. I'll see you Sunday night for another viewing of Woodsboro Cinema Club of Death Count. Come by and hang out with that. And then Marcus has a watch party after this over on his channel. I shot him 6 times to watch a Friday the 13th movie. So link is down in the description. Go subscribe to him. Go get notified. And the party never ends. So hang out for a little bit. And we'll see you soon, all right? I love your faces. I know. But I have to say it. And we'll be right back.